Okay, this is the WeekXFL training video. There's a handout for it. It's called WeekXFL. It's got a storyboard, tells you what goes into the video, and a procedure list. So steps 1 is to create a new folder called WeekXFL. So you do that in your documents folder. Okay. You can see I have a bunch here because I'm teaching this to you guys. I like to click here on this guy, right click, and then click new folder and call it WeekXFL, but I'm going to call this training video, but you put FL. Okay. And disappears because it's alphabetical, so if I just pull down here, I should see it near the end. If you don't, well, there it is. But if you don't, you could also click to this view here and click on date modified descending, so it shows you most recent stuff right there. Okay, so I've got that, open that up, move that over here. I'm going to go down here to Finder, right click, new Finder window. Now I have this one, and I could go to room 31 and go to week 1 picks and get my, so I'm going based on the storyboard now. I'm going to go get a picture out of week 1, right? And I'm also going to get a picture out of week 9, out of week 15, week 21, and then one picture from weeks 28, 29, and 30. Right? One or more. No more than 10 pictures. And remember, there's going to be a week 35 picture we're going to put at the end, week 35, that we haven't taken yet. So we'll slide that one in at the end. Go ahead, drag all your stuff in there. Right? So let me pretend, open up one of these other and let's say these are my pictures. Get some pictures of Damon here. I believe this is week 1. Drag it in. Then there's going to be week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Oh, no, sorry. The weeks through the, from the list here, right? So we're going to go and get those moved over to the right spot. Bring them all in, right? So you've gone through the different room 31s to get your pictures. We also need to go get some music, room 31, so go to the music folder, go to the copyright free music, find one of these files that you might want to use. We can use the Benny Hill theme, and also if you want sound bites, grab some sound bites, just drag it in, make sure it's in the WeekXFL folder. All right, let's see, that's too long. Let's go with let's go with the okay. So once you get all the stuff moved in to your WeekXFL folder, then we're on step 2, procedure step 2. So we're going to click on new project, and we're going to call this project WeekXFL, and we want to browse. Click Browse and browse to our documents and go to our WeekXFL folder and click Choose and click OK. Again, you pause to get this work done while you watch it on the training video. All right. I'm on Editing, right, for my workspace. I need a timeline, so I'm going to go File, Step 3, File, New, Sequence, and I want to twirl open ARRI if it's not already, and twirl open 1080p if it's not already, and pick this last one right there, that one. And then the sequence name, that's important because this is the output name, the actual video name, WeekXFL. Okay? And click OK. All right, so now I need to go import. So I'm on step 5. I'm going to use the storyboard and go get all those things that I need to get. So I'm going to File, import. And I'm going to go and browse to my documents folder and go to my WeekXFL. Holding down the command key, I can click on the pictures and the video files that I want, avoiding this, right? I just want the things I brought imported or brought into that folder so I can import. Click import. Those things will come in, and now I can get started. Now the storyboard says first thing is the intro FL, so I need to import that. I don't need that in my WeekXFL folder because I've already got that in my documents folder or in my Creative Cloud. So I'm just going to go File, Import, and if I go to my documents, I should find it here. I could search for it, Intro. So there's some intros there for me. Or I could go to my Creative Cloud files and type in Intro. Oops. Let's try that again. Creative Cloud files. And type in intro. Oh, what's happening? Intro, and there's some intros, okay, that I could pick. So let's see. And bring that one in. Okay, so now I've got my intro. So according to the storyboard, that goes first. Before though we get started, I want to zoom into my timeline down here, right down here. I'm going to drag that to the left, and I'm watching where this is at, and I'm going to get to about 1 minute. Right now I'm at 4 minutes 15 seconds. So I'm going to drag that in right about there. So there's 1 minute, 1 minute 5 seconds, right? Since I know this video is going to be under 30 seconds, that's in this area, I've zoomed in so I can see my clips a little better. So I'm going to bring in my double click here. I want this whole thing, right? I don't want to set any in or out. I want the whole thing. So I just click, hold, and drag this to video 1. And whenever you get this clip mismatch warning, always click Keep Existing Settings. Okay? So there's my intro. And then the next thing it says on the storyboard is to go to week 1 pick. So that's week 1. Click, hold, and drag that. Put that in. Okay. Now I'm going to move the scrubber over that image, and I can see that it's zoomed in. It's a very big photo. So I'm going to right click over that, and I'm going to go down here to scale to frame size. I'm also going to right click and click on speed and duration, because according to the storyboard, it says 2 seconds, only 2 seconds. Well, by default, images are 5 seconds, so I'm going to click on that speed and duration time of 5 seconds and change that 5 to a 2. Click OK. All right, so it's a little bit smaller now, so let me move the scrubber there. So that picture's ready to go. Week 9 is the next one. This looks like this one is portrait, so I'm going to click on this portrait picture. Move the scrubber over that. You can see it's too big. So I'm going to right click and scale to fit frame size, and I'm going to right click and speed and duration and do the same thing. Change that 5 to a 2. I'm going to do this for every picture. Click OK, right? But now I need to rotate it. So to rotate it, you want to make sure you're on the editing up here, editing. And then over here you should see effect controls. It's the second tab, so click that. And yours will look more like this. So yours should look like this. Make sure you've clicked on this clip that you want to rotate. So make sure we have the settings for that clip here. I'm going to twirl that open, and you can see I have position, size, and rotation, and some other things. I use position, size, and rotation a lot. So rotating is what I want to do. This is when you get that symbol, when you hover over a number that you want to change. Right now it's at 0 degrees. If you hover over it, it's going to give you, since it's in blue, it means it's a scrubby key. So that means I just click, hold, and drag either to the left or to the right to change the value. So I'm going to get it standing up straight like that. That ended up being a minus 90 degrees. That's right. Also for scale, I'm kind of zoomed in too much now, so I'm going to click scrubby key to scale, and I can change the scale here as well. All right. So I'm going to keep it right about there. Okay. Those are things you can do on each clip, but you only need that for the ones that need to be rotated. All right. I'm going to go get my green screen pick, do the same there. Scale to frame size, and speed and duration. Set that to 2 seconds. I'm going to go get this picture as well. Okay. And this one here, same thing. Scale to frame size and speed and duration. So in this case, it's portrait, but it does not need to be rotated. So I don't need to, I'm not going to bother rotating it. All right, so now I have my 4 pictures. It's all I brought in. Now it could be a 5th pick. I need a 5th picture for week 35 pick, which I don't have yet. I'll have that by the end of, well, I'll have that later. If there's any other pictures that you got that you want to put in, maximum of 10, you can go ahead and put those in. But I'm going to stop here as far as adding pictures and discuss with you now steps 7 and 8. So adding transitions and add lower thirds, captions. So for the lower third captions, this is pretty cool. They have some built-in captions that we can make use of. We just have to change the text. So I'm going to move my scrubber over to the first picture, week 1. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click on graphics. And when I click on graphics, it opens up a new panel on the right. It keeps all 4 of my panels on this side, but it squeezes in this panel here. These templates, these are all the templates that come for graphics. And I want to get to some of the lower thirds. Lower thirds is using the rule of thirds and keeping the text and the graphics in the lower third of the frame. So I'm going to put lower third, not plural, just lower third. Hit the enter key. And now I just have the lower third templates. They're all near the bottom. And the way these work is you kind of pick one, drag it over to video 2. So I like these because they have a background on them. They're easier to see, the text. But you can use any of these. They work in a similar way. I can drag that one in. Put it right above the first picture. You can see it's 5 seconds. It's too long. So I'm going to go to the right edge, get that red guy there, right there. Click, hold, and drag it till I snap. See that black snap line that shows that I'm right on the edge of that, just like that. Click on it, and now I can double click on this here, and I could put that week 1. And here I could put something else, or I could just delete it. Just keep it at week 1. It's fine. Okay. I'm going to go up here to browse so I can see those again. Get a different one now. Let's try this one out. Click, hold, and drag that over. You got to be careful that you just come right up to the right edge of the caption to the left of it. This one has more stuff going on. If you get that resolve fonts thing, just click OK. I'm going to go to the right edge and drag that there. This one is more animated and it's got a background. So this one, you got to click on it, double click, but you got to go to the edit to make the changes. Okay, so this one, it will let me change it here. No, it won't. Get out of that. You got to go up here. Oh yeah, there it is. Never mind. It's letting me change it. Okay, so I'm going to put week 9. And then here it says ready, set, play. I can just get rid of that or put something else, whatever you want to put. Okay, so now that's good enough. What did I do here? Let's get rid of that guy. I don't know how that got there. Okay, so week 9. And you can see I'm going to go ahead and do the same for the rest of the pictures. I want to put a caption on each picture. I'm not going to continue with that so I can keep this training video shorter. So you would do all the pictures that way, right? Each picture is going to have a caption. And it says says again on the storyboard, it tells you what you need to do. Now, when I'm done, I am not done yet. Actually, now I need to put the transitions in. So I'm going to go up here to Effects, really making use of this top bar here for my workspaces, different workspaces. This gives me my effects over here. It's easier to work with them over here. And I'm going to go to Video Transitions, twirl that, maybe go to the slide. I got to push, spin. So I'm going to use the push. So to do this, I'm going to click, hold, and drag, and put it right in between photo 1 and 2. Okay, just like that. Let me play it. Okay, it's working out good. You can go and take a look at some of these other cross dissolve, and you're trying to place it right so that it splits between the 2 frames that you're using it for. Okay, and it just makes let's do a film dissolve, put that right there. So take a close read of how I did that, and yours should look similar. You pick which ones you want though, right? Which transitions you want to use. Then we got to throw some music on here, right? So I can drag the music. I got to actually click on this waveform right here. Click and drag that music down. Slide it all the way to the left on audio 1. And you might have to zoom way out here so you can see the end of the song. So you can click, hold, and drag it to the end of your videos. Don't let that be the full length, because when you export it, you'll have a video that shows a few things for 10 or 15 seconds and then just plays the song with a black screen. That won't be good. All right. So now we have, let's look at what it looks like now. Good. All right, that works. Now at the very end, it just cuts out because we clipped the song. So let's do an audio transition. So we'll go up here to audio transitions and the crossfade, and throw a constant gain right at the end. Right at the end there of the audio 1 track, so it fades out at the end. Sounds better. See, that's a better way to end it. And that's it. We'll call it done. You can put some sound bites in there if you want to include some sound bites. I've got an ah. Put that at the end. There that goes. Play that. Alright, so played both of them at the same time. That's good. So Command S to save it. And then let's export it. So click on the timeline. Click on the timeline. So we have that blue border around the timeline. Then we're going to go File, Export, Media. And we want to make sure that we're on H.264 right here for the format. That's very important. We also want to click on the output name and make sure it's going into our WeekXFL folder. It's not. So click on Documents and make sure you got it in the right folder so you know where to find it. Click Save. So now I'm going to have a WeekXFL.mp4 in my WeekXFL folder. Right? Double check it, right? WeekXFL folder. Yours might look like this. Click Save. And that's it. Then click Export. and get that on your video page, on your Wix page, or on your Wix website, put it on your video page. You're going to upload a video to weekxfl.mp4. All right? I think that covered it all. Gets us, and this is worth 4 points, by the way.